Hello everyone, thank you for coming back to my channel. In this video, we'll discuss three more game over patterns, and we're not going to discuss all of them because we only touch the overview of the whole game over pattern, and the pattern that we will discuss or we have discussed are the most important ones. So this is a beginner level topic, and you only need to have a bit of experience in a language with object-oriented programming features like Java or C#. Here is the overview of the pattern that we will discuss: proxy, adapter, and abstract factory. The first one is proxy. So let's say that we have a class called client, and it depends on a service interface. And let's say that the real implementation is our target class, our target implementation that we want to set on the client, but somehow it doesn't have enough functionality. That's why we wrap it in the wrapper implementation. So in the runtime, the client uses the wrapper implementation. The wrapper implementation adds some functionality to the real implementation. It acts as a proxy. The next pattern that we'll discuss is called adapter. It wraps the incompatible part of the code and provides the compatible interface. Let's say that we have a class called client that depends on the interface A. However, we need to use class B as the implementation. However, class B doesn't implement interface A, but it implements interface B instead. So what we have to do is we create a new class called class C. It contains the class B. It wraps the class B. The class C implements interface A, and in the runtime, the class C delegates to class B, so that we can have a compatible interface, because the client uses interface A and not interface B. We wrap the class B in the class C. The last game over pattern that we will discuss is called abstract factory. You probably already know about factory class. It's responsible for creating another object. It has to do it because the creation is probably too complex, so a specialized class named factory must be created. And let's say that we want to create an implementation of that exporter, but the class varies based on the operating system. So in the runtime, we request the right instance of factory if the operating system is Windows. The get instance method from the data utility factory will return the Windows factory, and if the operating system is Linux, it will give the Linux factory. So the client accesses the get instance method from the data utility factory. It's an abstract class, and Windows and Linux factory are their subclasses, are the concrete implementation. And after we get the instance of the factory, let's say the Windows factory, we can get the object that we need. we can call the get exporter and it will return the window exporter. If it's Linux factory, the get exporter object will return Linux exporter. And we can also get another object needed, like the importer or a family of object. That's the use of the abstract factory. It returns a family of related types. Like if it's in window, it will return window object, and if it's in Linux, it will return Linux object, Linux importer, and also Linux importer. We have reached the end of this video. So thank you for watching this video, and this is the end of our tour of object-oriented analysis and design, and we'll talk more about the detail of the material that we have learned on the next occasion. Thank you for watching.